Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Let's get the ball rolling. My name is Nur Laila from the Faculty of Islamic Religion. Thank you so much for coming along here today. I hope my presentation isn't going to take too long and that you will find it interesting. The purpose of today's presentation is to discuss what the function of communication are in everyday life. Now, let me begin by explaining that I want to talk about the purpose of communication according to Thomas M. Scheidel. Secondly, I would like to explain the function of social communication. Third, I want to explain the function of expressive communication. And last, I'll explain the function of instrumental communication. I'd be very happy to invite you to ask a question at the end of the session. And I'm sure there will be plenty of the time for us to discuss some of the points that have been raised. If you guys look at this, does anyone know why do we need to communicate? Okay, let me explain to you. Communication is essential part that is inseparable from human life as a social being. Usually many of us think that communication science is very small science and has no effect on life because in general communication happens naturally. Now I'd like to move on to according Thomas M. Scheidel. He said that the purpose of communication is declare and support your identity, build social contacts with others, and influencing others to feel, think, or behave as we wish. But the important is to control physical and psychological environment. We are like a shadow in a mirror, and sometimes we do know who we are. What we know is that we are formed communication with others. Turning now to communication function. First is social communication. There is forming the concept of self. Self-concept is our view of who we are, and it can only be obtained through information provided by others. Through communication with others, we learn not only about who we are, but also we feel about whom we are. You believe in yourself when you have been trusted. Our self concept is influenced by our families and those close to us. They are called significant others. Then, declaration of existence. People communicate to show that they exist. This is what called self-realization, or more precisely, a statement of self-existence. When we talk, we actually state that we exist. I speak, I exist, something like that. And the last is for survival, fostering relationship, and gaining happiness. Since we are born, we can live alone to defend life. We need and should communicate with others to meet our biological needs like eating, drinking, and meet our psychological needs like success, happiness, something like that. Have a look describe the concept itself, our behavior, written to others. Moving on now to expressive communication. Media to express what's in the mind, heart, spirit, such as feelings of affection, care, anger, joy, sadness, something like that. These feelings are communicated mainly through nonverbal message, just as a mother show affection by stretching her child's head, something like this. Or one can then channel anger by blinking her eyes and so on. Or the emoticon you often see in WhatsApp that are form of expressive communication that is packaged into modern. If you look at this picture, they are like angry, happy, sadness, and there. My next point is ritual communication. The media of communication to build ritual values primarily relates to communication with the metaphysical world, like birth ceremonies, circumcision, birthday, and wedding celebration. As you can see, this is a picture of crocodile bread. The bread symbolizes loyalty to Betawi marriage custom and includes a symbol of communication. And turning now to instrumental communication. Communication is a living instrument. Communication is a tool for achieving a specific purpose in life. Such communication serves to communicate or explain information containing persuasive goals in the sense that the speaker wants his listener to believe that the facts presented are accurate. For example, when a lecturer states that a classroom is dirty, his statement can persuade the student to release the classroom. Or the short term is get praise, sympathy, and empathy. And long term, communication skills such as speech skills and foreign language. Okay, so let me conclude that the function of communication according to William E. Gordon is social communication, expressive communication, ritual communication, and instrumental communication. And these communication functions do not seem to be entirely independent, but are also related to each other. Okay, thank you for your attention. I'd be glad to answer any question you might have. That's a good question. I don't have the information to answer that question right now, but I'd be happy to find out and get back to you later. Okay, that brings us to the end of my presentation. I hope you find it interesting. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.